What will the world of tomorrow look like when interplanetary travel becomes a reality? Will the marvels of science do away with evil as they are already beginning to do away with illness? Or will men remain as today, many good, a few bad? If so, there will be need for brave-hearted defenders of liberty and justice even as now. There will be need for men like Lance Lewis, space detective. The son of a great chemistry professor, Lance has been trained equally in higher science and athletic skill. The office of the Bureau of Interplanetary Control in the year 2445. Both your companies seem well equipped to handle the mail franchise between Earth and Mars, gentlemen. But the law provides that only one of you may get the contract.
Well, Mr. Montague, you know that my company, Etherlines Incorporated, is the richest in the world, and...
It is not a question of your firm's wealth, Mr. Ryan, but of its efficiency and dependability. That is what we must decide. We are therefore going to conduct a race between Etherlines and Spaceships Inc. from here to Mars. The winner gets the franchise. Is that satisfactory?
As far as my company, Spaceships Inc. is concerned, that's fine.
Later, in the offices of Etherlines Inc.
This government mail franchise is the only interplanetary trade facility we haven't sewed up. Everything depends on our winning the race.
Can we do it, Ryan?
We've got to. And we're not going to be squeamish about how we do it. We've got too much at stake.
Meanwhile, in the office of Spaceships Inc.
Speed Seller, at your service, sir. Speed, you're going to pilot our entry in the race against Etherlines. They want a monopoly on interplanetary trade, and it's up to you to see that they don't get it.
The next day at the government airport. Hello, Mr. Montague, what's up? Plenty, Lance. You're in for a bit of heavy duty. It's going to be up to you to see that the mail franchise race is conducted with absolute fairness. There must be no skullduggery. You'll have to get out in space and watch it all the way. That is a bit of a heavy duty, sir. I'll do my best. Lucky I managed to finish my new experimental ship in time. That night, near the government spaceport, it wouldn't be a bad idea to begin my patrolling right now, before the race starts. You never know. What's that? A prowling figure. Looks like monkey business to me. Nobody's supposed to be on this field now. I'll have a look into this. A slashing attack. Ugh! Gotcha! Silent struggle in the night. Try this on your jaw for size. Now let's see who... What the... It's Speed Seller, the Spaceships Company pilot.
Lance Lewis, I didn't know it was you. I thought you was somebody trying to put the fix on my ship. I came out here to do a little extra guard work just in case.
Okay, Speed, I'll take your word for it. I said I'd take his word for it, but did he tell me the truth? Or was he out there to sabotage the Etherlines ship? What's this? Is that another dark figure stealing onto the field as Lance and Speed Seller go off? The day of the race. I'll patrol the Great Sun Circle route. Might as well take off now and get a head start. I may need it. Off into infinity! Space, here comes Lance Lewis. A short time later, the start of the vital race.
They're off! Look at them go!
Far out in space. Here they come bow to bow. It's going to be close. I'll tail them from here to Mars. With blinding speed through the star-dotted immensity of endless space until... Speed Seller's ship is losing headway. Something's wrong. He's caught in the sun's gravity pull. I've got to save him before he falls into that furnace. Now's the time the new electromagnetic pads I've developed will get a real test. Hope I've got enough power to fight off the sun. As the suction pads take hold, Lance's super-powered little ship drags the other to safety. Made it! Donning a space helmet and twisting the air pressure dial on his belt. Now let's see what's happening in the spaceship craft. I hope Speed's all right. Uh-oh, something's happened to him. He looks dead. And if my dad's medical training taught me anything, this was suffocation. But how? Contacting Earth by television. That's the story, Mr. Montague. I can't imagine how any foul play could have been worked out here in space. Important people are involved in this, Lance. It's up to you to run it down and find out the truth. I'm counting on you. On to Mars, planet of arid waste, crisscrossed by green irrigation canals. planet of strange men and weird plants.
Welcome to Mars, Mr. Lewis. I understand there has been some trouble.
That's putting it mildly. Take me to the Martian Board of Governors, please. Chuck Crane, the Etherline's pilot, is testifying before the Martian Board of Governors.
Since the incident occurred in our territory of space, it is our duty to discover the truth. Can you give us any information?
About poor Speed Siller's death? Why, I don't know nothing about it. All I know is, one minute he was racing against me, the next, his ship just seemed to go out of control. May I interrupt, gentlemen? I'm Lance Lewis. I've been commissioned to represent the Earth authorities in this investigation. I'd like to ask Mr. Crane a few questions.
Go right ahead, Mr. Lewis.
Question follows question, but Crane's story remains unshaken. Since your company stood to profit so greatly from Speed Siller's death, you must realize... I don't realize nothing. You're just trying to pin this on me because you don't want Etherlines to get the mail franchise. How much are the spaceship people paying you to frame me? Oh! I don't hold this against you, Crane, but you better not say anything like that again.
I didn't mean it. Can't you take a joke? Your fist is a very powerful weapon, Mr. Lewis. We Martians have never learned to use it properly.
A short time later in Speed Siller's ship. There's nothing to indicate this ship was tampered with. I can't understand it, but... Wait a minute. Here it is, all right. A whole nest of almost microscopic holes drilled in various parts of this rocket exhaust. They let out the ship's oxygen. If I can find a drill to match these holes in Chuck Crane's ship, seems nobody's home, so much the better. I'll be able to give his ship a thorough search. And after a painstaking search, here it is, and carefully hidden in a food bin too, which makes it doubly suspicious. Now to see if it matches the holes, as Lance leaves.
Oh, there's Lance Lewis coming out of my ship, and he's got the drill.
Moments later, as Lance examines the drill.
Up with your hands, Mr. Lewis, or we nail you to that wall.
What the... Oh, I see. Chuck Crane sent you, hey? Well, I've seen those guns of yours spray poison nails, but... Not this time, pals! Seizing the Martian's weapons. All right, you birds, drop those guns, or I'll fill you with a dose of your own poison.
Don't shoot, we obey!
That's Crane's ship taking off. He's pulling an old-fashioned getaway. All right, you buzzards, get out of here. I've got places to go, and quick. Taking swiftly to the air. He's certainly making speed. There's only one way I know to bring him down fast. I've got to release my ramming lance and crash him! He's taken to his bell chute. I guess that rings down the curtain on this conspiracy as Crane lands. You're under arrest for the murder of Speed Siller. Back on Earth. I checked the metal filings on Crane's drill against those of the rocket exhaust holes, sir. They fit perfectly.
All right, I admit it. Ryan of Etherlines paid me off to do it. So what?
You and everyone else concerned with the murder will find that justice today cares nothing for a man's wealth or position. You will all pay the penalty for your crimes, thanks to Lance Lewis. Watch Lance Lewis uncover another daring plot to thwart justice in an upcoming episode of the Public Domain Comic Book Network. On to Mars, planet of arid waste crisscrossed by great irrigation canals. Planet of strange men and weird plants.